Hi everybody, this is a review of this Mike PEREIRA tenor ukulele. It's a beautiful instrument. It's one that I've got on loan. Now Mike PEREIRA works out of California. The information about his workshop and how you can find out what instruments he produces will be in the information underneath the video. But let's have a look at this particular tenor instrument. It's a beautiful shape and a beautiful tone. Let's find out why. Starting at the top, as usual, we've got Mike's inlay at the top. We've got an ebony plate bound with maple. Really tight, precise, good quality Grover tuners. I was impressed with these. They give a very firm movement, there's no play in them, and they enable you to tune the instrument very, very easily. Nice slotted headstock. Coming down to the neck, we've got ebony. We've got a three-part back to the neck here with maple. Makes it very strong. Nice. I wouldn't say chunky because I don't want to put people off, because it's not a really thick neck, but it's not ultra thin either. In my opinion, it's just about perfect. Nicely carved. Again, we've got maple binding. Going back to the fingerboard, the ebony fingerboard is marked with these lovely maple lines. Instead of the usual dots, we've got these inlays, marking the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 10th and octave, and then further up as well. Frets are nicely put on. There's no sharp edges, even though the humidity here I'm in San Francisco at the moment, the humidity here is pretty high. It's just perfectly set up. Action is just about perfect, nicely cut at the nut. Coming down to the body, the table or the top is Simca redwood. I call it bog redwood. It's been underwater for a while. It's redwood as in the sequoia tree. It's a soft wood. It vibrates extremely well. It's very similar to cedar, but not really quite the same. Now the rosette is maple, and the black lines around the rosette I thought were plastic, but Mike doesn't like using plastic, so these lines are actually inlaid ebony. There's ebony purfling round the edge as well, very, very thin. You may not quite be able to see it, but it gives a very elegant finish. So everywhere is bound with maple. You've got binding at the back as well. And the very thin layer of ebony is absolutely gorgeous. Nothing unusual about the bridge. The saddle and the nut are bone. Now just look at the back. We've got lovely curl on the back, and the wood here is walnut. Now walnut is not a wood that is commonly used in either guitars or ukuleles. It's a shame really, because it's a lovely colour, nice hard wood, and beautiful, beautiful figuring. Mike told me that this particular batch of walnut is from a tree stump. He couldn't get the tree, but he could get the tree stump, and this will keep him with plenty of walnut to use for quite a while. You can feel by tapping it how thin it is, and you can hear that sound. It's a lightweight instrument, but not ultra lightweight. The tuners are fairly heavy, but the instrument is very nicely balanced. So that's what it's made of. Oh, one final thing, this lovely triangular part at the back here, where you could put an end pin if you wanted to. Now, how does it sound? Well, you heard how it sounded at the beginning. Let's just play a few chords. lovely silky tone. I'm not going to try and compare the tone to any other wood combination. This just works really well. I would be very impressed with this if this were my instrument. Very impressed indeed. The workmanship is just superb. Really lovely. It's nicely made. The woods are all beautifully figured. And it's just a lovely, gorgeous, sumptuous instrument to own. But it's the sound that really matters. And if we just hear some finger picking. Nice sound, very nice indeed. And strummed. Dynamic contrast, meaning it can go very quietly, it can go very loudly. Very evident on this instrument. Nice string separation. I think the strings on this are Worth strings. The fluorocarbons give a nice sound. This particular instrument is serial number 1036, so that gives you some idea of how many instruments Mike has made. His workshop, as I say, is in California. He can ship it anywhere in the world if you want to order from him. He's happy to do custom work. He has some instruments in stock, very few, but if you're interested in getting one immediately, I think he can supply you with something. He enjoys making instruments in wood. He does not like using plastic, and I don't think he likes using abalone or any other material. I think wood is the thing that he likes working with. Mike's a very friendly guy. He's happy to answer all your questions. The information again about how to contact him will be in the information at the bottom of the video.